Now just stop it. Don't dwell in the past or fret about the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. That's what your yoga does. You concentrate on the present moment, and one of the best ways to do that is using your breath and your yoga in general to keep you here in the present. Hi, I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga. This is your yoga from home. This is a restorative day. We do restorative practices on Thursdays and on Sundays. Other days of the week, we do lots of other types of yoga. It's a 1 hour long practice. I do it live, start to finish. So all the little imperfections are there, but that's life, right? Today's practice is, like I said, restorative. It'll help you open up in the chest so you can breathe more deeply to help you stay calm in the present moment. Maybe you can stay for the whole hour. You think, oh, that seems so long. I can't do an hour. Maybe you can only do 10 minutes. But once you start, I'm telling you, the hour goes by like that. You'll see. You'll be better off for it no matter how much time you give it. But give your body what it needs. Don't hurt your body. If something hurts, back out of it. Don't do it. In this practice, we're going to hold the poses really long today. 5 minutes, I think, is our shortest one, except for the pentacles. We do those very briefly, just kind of a little comma or a little pause in the action. So do what you can with what you got. Don't hurt your body. Settle in and get comfortable. Here's a word for you to think of. Guess what the word's going to be? The word is present. You just want to be present. You want to be focused. That's what presence is. You want to be focused and just in the moment. And I've got some good little quotes to read you too as we practice. Be near a wall, because we're going to do legs up the wall. If you don't have a wall nearby, you can have a chair. You can flip your legs on up to the sofa, and I'll tell you about that when we get there. First thing we always do when we practice, if I remember, sometimes I forget, is lock in a stress number. On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10, where are you today as you start your practice? And we'll measure that in the end to see how far you've come. It really does work. That's just a little way to tangibly measure your success in your practice. All right, so grab your props. For a restorative practice, you usually have a bolster, which is like a big, really strong pillow. Buy one if you don't have one, or take a cushion off of your sofa. A blanket is really nice, an eye shade to cover your eyes, or a little hand towel. We'll use that. That'll do double duty today, either to cover the eyes or to put behind your neck in our really long final Shavasana pose. Let's get started. Okay, so I've got 2 yoga blocks too and some water. All right, let's begin. Come on down to your bolster. Place your bolster vertically on your mat for your child's pose. Put a blanket on top if that feels good. Just, set up however feels good for you. So come on down to your knees. I'm going to take a child's pose on my knees, and I'll show you that. But if you're saying, oh man, I can't do my knees, it hurts. Well, go ahead and sit. Sit on your bottom. Bring your bolster onto your lap and just fold forward here. That's a fine option. I'm going to take a classic child's pose, like I said. So you can have your blanket on top. Just make it work for you. Don't sweat it. Don't think, oh, my yoga doesn't look like this. So what? You want to feel good. I'm going to spread my knees, and I'm going to bring the bolster kind of in between my knees. A blanket can be there to bring the bolster up to you a little bit more, or no blanket at all. And then bring your chest and your belly on down. All right, so here's one of the good quotes. So come on down, rest here, rest your chest on your setup. This is really good. This is, Toby Hansen said this. If you feel anxiety or depression, you're not in the present. You are either anxiously projecting the future or depressed and stuck in the past. The only thing you ever have any control over is the present moment. And simple breathing exercises like we do, can make us calm and present instantly. So let's do that. Take a deep breath in through your nose and a big sighing breath out through your mouth. Sighing helps relieve anxiety and stress. Think about it. When you're stressed, you breathe shallowly and you tend to sigh, right? So take a few deep breaths in through your nose and some deep breaths out through your mouth. When you're ready, close your lips and start to breathe in and out of your nose only, keeping your breaths really good and deep and long. We're going to be here for 5 minutes. I've set a timer. I'm going to be quiet. You nestle in, get out of your head, Stop thinking about the past. Stop thinking about what you're going to do when your yoga is over. Just be in the present. Fight the urge. You're going to think thoughts. Acknowledge them, let them go, and just start over, focusing on the breath. I'll let you know when we're about halfway through so you can turn your head in the other direction if you choose to do that. Take a deep breath in and settle in. You deserve it. If you've been resting on one cheek, it is time to turn the other cheek and rest your head on the other side. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. As you try to keep your lips closed, you build heat in your body. And you allow yourself to just calm down. Deep breathing. Focus on it today with the lips closed, in and out of the nose only. Okay, so this is child's pose. On your bolster, supported child's pose, your chest is heavy on the bolster and it's feeling really good. It was 5 minutes that went by there. If you want to stay longer, stay longer. I'm just here to hold space for you to do what feels right for you. All right, so if you want to come out of your child's pose, I'm going to go into a pentacle. So you decide, maybe you stay, maybe you go. So for pentacle, you don't have to move very much. Just push your bolsters aside because we're going to come back to them and do fish pose in just a second. But slowly make your way on down and really enjoy the getting here. Come all the way down to your back. Pentacle pose. This is the one where you look like the letter X. Arms overhead, legs spread wide. So your body looks like it's forming the letter X shape. If it doesn't feel good in the shoulders, you know what to do. If it's painful, don't do it. Bring the arms down a little bit, kind of like a snow angel, to where it does feel right for you. Breathe in, breathe out, and just focus on the breath going in and out of your belly. So think of your belly really filling up like a basketball. When you breathe in, and when you breathe out, think of your belly button going back to touch your spine. Soften in your glutes and be at peace here. We're not going to be here very long. We're just going to be here about 3 minutes. Soften in the jaws. If your eye shade is nearby or your little towel, cover your eyes and enjoy the darkness and the focus inward. Focusing on the breath as you fill up the belly as much as you can. Take that teeny little pause at the top of the inhale and then transition to a slow, deep exhale. And same thing, embrace that teeny little pause between exhale and inhale. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. This is your pentacle pose. Stay here longer if you like. Really, truly, assess how you feel. And if this is where you want to stay, don't feel that you need to move on. You listen to your body more than you listen to me. Bring your legs back together at the midline if you wish to come out of the pose. Arms float down by your sides. Maybe press on up ever so slightly. And let's find our props for your fish pose. All right, here's the deal with fish. You're going to bring your bolster back to your mat vertically again, nice and long on your mat. Grab your blanket and your eye shade or your towel and a block. Okay, here's what you're going to do with the block. You don't have to do the block if you don't want to. You don't have to do the props either. You could lie down on your back, scooch your shoulders together, and do your fish there. All right, here's what I'm going to do. The block is at the bottom because I'm going to bend my feet and think of it like a fishtail. In that cobbler pose, we do that often. So scoot your bottom up next to the base of your bolster. Block at the bottom of your mat. Put your feet up onto the block and have this pinky edge side of your toes on it. Now you don't have to do this. You decide. Let me tell you another option about the feet before we totally get into it. If this feels all right, knees open, hanging out in space, stay here. If you kind of want to do it, but it doesn't feel so good for the knees, take your block from underneath your feet, bring the soles of your feet back together to touch, and then put the blocks underneath your knees at whatever height feels right to support your knees. You don't want to feel any tension. You want to feel ease and comfort. That feels really good. Maybe that's what you want to do today. I'm going to bring the block back under my feet, soles of the feet touching. I'm going to put the folded blanket on my belly just because I like that weight. If you prefer, you can open up your blanket and cover up, or maybe open it up so it's a little bit of weight on your knees, pulling them down toward the earth. So come back to recline on your bolster. Think of your shoulders hugging the bolster from behind. Cover your eyes with your eye shade or your towel. That feels nice. Bring your arms wherever is comfortable down by your sides. Maybe think of working your shoulders away from the ears. Maybe tee out the arms a little bit, snow angel them out. You do what feels good for you because you want to be comfortable, because we're going to stay here for 5 minutes. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And rest in your supported fish pose. Adjust so you're reasonably comfortable. And then get out of your head and let your body just feel heavy as it melts into the ground. Let your heart feel light. You're maybe thinking now, how in the world am I going to do this? Just hold on, get out of your head, and be in the present moment. The ability to be in the present moment is a major component of mental health. Deepen your breaths. And always allow yourself to come out of a pose if it's starting to hurt. Maybe it doesn't feel so good on your low back. You could always place the soles of your feet on your mat with the knees bent, or send your legs long and straight on your mat. Adjust and rest. Come back to your breath and deepen it. Take a deep breath in and a deep, slow breath out. This is your supported fish pose. What a great pose for strengthening the upper back, for sending the shoulders back so your posture improves. What a great pose for just allowing the organs to function, giving you space in your chest. So stay here longer if this pose is speaking to you. Give yourself that permission. I'm going to come out of it and go into a pentacle pose. Maybe you make your way there. Do it nice and slowly. I'm going to bring my knees slowly back together and just feel how good that feels. I'm going to scoot the block aside. I'm going to roll off my bolster. I'm going to keep the blanket there. And I'm going to push the bolster aside. As I come into that big capital letter X shape, not very long for this one, unless you want to stay longer. Send the arms high overhead. Legs are spread. Maybe your shoulders are feeling a little bit better, more mobile now. Take a breath in. And a deep breath out. Listen to the sound of your breath as you breathe deeply with your lips closed. Kind of sounds like Darth Vader. Breathe in. Breathe out. Your breath, it's with you from the very beginning to the very end. Cherish it, enjoy it, and just acknowledge it here in this present moment. Now play with the breath a little bit. As you take that deep inhale, feel your chest rise up, up, up to the sky. And this is the fun part. As you take the deep exhale, feel like your body's like a deflating balloon. Let everything rest into the mat as you fully exhale the air out of your body. A few more breaths here. This is your pentacle pose. Stay here longer if you like. I'm going to go into that side lying pose on the bolster. If you'd like to join me, bring your legs back together at the midline, float your arms on down to your side, and just kind of sit up a little bit and reintroduce that bolster. We're going to use our bolster and the block for this one. So maybe scoot the bolster into a horizontal position this time, and you're going to lie with your side body on it. You can use your blanket too, however you like. It just feels comfortable to have. Maybe take your block and put it at the top of your mat. And put it at whatever height you want. We'll play with that in a second. Roll the bolster under your side body and then come to recline. I'm going to have my right arm, because I'm going to lie on my right side, I'm going to have that right down on my mat. I'm going to use the block as a pillow for my head. So the arm, the right arm, the bottom arm, is going to come out. Top arm, maybe start with it on your hip. Now you can do lots of things with your legs. Straighten them, or a little bend in them feels good. But just have your bottom down on the mat. All right, top shoulder, bring it back. Oh, you feel it there, don't you? Don't collapse inward. Get the benefit of the pose by bringing your shoulder back. And the top arm, maybe it's resting on your hip. Maybe you explore by lifting it a little bit higher toward the top of your mat. Play with the height of the block under your head. Adjust it so you feel a nice big stretch on this top side. For me, it's the left side right now. Maybe scoot the block up and bring your head down. And place your hand on the block, again at whatever height feels good for you. Or no block at all. Now work yourself to whatever layer of that speaks to you. We're going to spend 5 minutes on this side. Deep breaths in and out. Unclench your jaws if your teeth are touching. And you're going to stay here and rest here as you find length in your side body. Remember, your bottom is down. You adjust your shoulder with or without the block to whatever is speaking to you. Close your eyes. Enjoy the pose. I'll let you know when our 5 minutes is up. Deepen your breath. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. I hope you played with the block under your head or under your fingers a little bit. I did during this practice, just to show you some different kind of ways to do it. Stay here longer if you like, but give the other side equal time. I'm going to press on up. You can roll over. Just roll on your belly if that feels good, or roll on your back if that feels good, to the other side. I'm going to turn around so my bottom's not facing the camera. All right. Have you ever seen those yoga cartoons? I think they're funny, where it shows a person getting into a pose and they say, oh, in their mind, they're thinking, I hate this pose, I hate this pose. When's this yoga class going to be over? This teacher, I don't like her. Why is she doing this to me? This is torture. What am I going to make for dinner tonight? And just all of the crazy mind talk. And then eventually you work yourself into, ooh, this pose feels good. I like this pose. I want to stay longer. I don't want to come out. I think that happens. It happens to all of us. We're all more similar than we are different. All right, come on down, get into your pose, adjust your blanket. You know the drill. Really be on that side hip. Keep your bottom down. Adjust the bolster so it feels good. I'm on my left side now. Left arm is going to come down. Left arm is going to go long. Head can be on the block. You know all the different ways. Adjust to what feels good for you. I'm going to take it slowly. I'm going to put it under my head to start. Timer's already started. Hand on the hip, chest is open, breathe here. And then eventually, at your pace, work that top arm, the right arm. Work it forward, either on a block or not on a block. Whatever works to give you that nice, good stretch all up this right side. Breathe deeply. Get out of your head and enjoy this. Don't ruin the pose. Don't ruin the today with mourning about tomorrow or worrying about the past. Just let things go. Enjoy the moment. Don't ruin today. Stay in the breath. Deepen your breath for this last minute here. And feel how the breath controls how this stretch feels. Take a deep breath in. And a deep, slow breath out. How did that feel for you? Stay longer if you want. I'm going to come on out of the pose, nice and slowly, no rush, no hurry. I'm going to make my way to the wall for a legs up the wall pose. All right, this is a favorite of so many of us. It does so many great benefits. You can split the difference here. Last two poses, legs up the wall and final Shavasana. You can stay in your legs up the wall pose even longer if you want. It'll be about 15 minutes. Or you can split the difference and end in a final Shavasana. All right, here's the deal. I'm going to make my way to the wall. I'm just going to bring my eye shade and my blanket. Bring one hip up next to the wall. And if you don't have a wall nearby, you could scoot up next to a chair or your sofa. And you could send your legs up and place your calves on the sofa. Feels really good. All right, so I'm going to bring one hip up next to the wall. Let's see how this is going to work. And I'm going to swing my legs around. Woo! Bring my legs literally up the wall. Cover up with the blanket however you like. And same with your eye shade. Cover with it. All right, so let's adjust here. How does it feel in your back? You could place the blanket or the bolster underneath your low back if you like that. All right, I've set a timer. I'm going to do this for 5 minutes and then go to my final Shavasana. But like I said, you can stay longer. Legs up the wall, draw your toes towards your shins and your tailbone. Think of it coming down even more onto your mat. In the other practices, we've placed the bolster onto our feet to put weight onto the feet to tuck the tailbone down. You can do it if you consciously think about it for a second. Tailbone down, feet up toward the sky. Arms, either tee them out if that feels great. Cactus them by bending the elbows and having your forearms parallel to the sides of your room if you like that. Or place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly to connect with your heartbeat and your breath. You do what feels best for you in this moment. Soften your forehead. Let your eyes rest heavily in their eye sockets. If your teeth are touching, unclench your jaws. Remove the tongue from the roof of your mouth. And soften your shoulders. And deepen your breath. Know that you have variations here as well. If this is not feeling so good on your low back, just bend your knees and bring the soles of your feet onto the wall. That feels better. And if you liked that cobbler's pose, bring the soles of your feet together to touch and open up your knees toward the wall. Or if you just want to have your legs apart, bring your legs into the capital letter V shape and work your heels closer down toward the earth. You decide what feels really good for you today. Come back to your breath. Come back to the present moment. Don't let the mind wander. Have it be here, right now. Deep breath in. And deep, slow breath out. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. This is your yoga practice. I'm just holding space for you to do what feels right for you. Maybe you choose to stay in this legs up the wall pose. I'm going to come out of it and I'm going to make my way back to my mat for final Shavasana. If you would like to come out of the pose, just come out of it the way you came in. Work yourself backwards. Go ahead and bend your knees, roll off the wall, and make your way back to your mat. All right. For today's final Shavasana, so many ways to take it. You have to do what feels good for you. I'm going to use the bolster underneath my knees. I really like that way. I'm going to place the bolster horizontally on my mat and support my knees. Maybe you want to support your feet. That kind of feels good after a legs up the wall pose to have the feet elevated. Maybe you want to give that a try. I'm going to use my eye shade, my towel, and my blanket. Place your blanket wherever you like. Maybe you open it all the way up and create a little tent for yourself. I'm going to recline here. I'm going to take my towel. Maybe even a bigger towel would have felt nice. I'm going to bring it behind my neck. Kind of like how you did the bolster when you did that sideline pose. Just let the towel be where your neck is. Cover your eyes with your eye shade. That's always good. And let's come into our final Shavasana pose. We're going to be here for a while. So take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Eyes are covered. You are at peace. Gonna be here for several minutes or longer, because you can always hit the pause button on your remote control and stay in this pose as long as you like. Take a deep breath in and a deep, peaceful calming, in the moment, breath out. Deepen your breath and come back to your present moment. No worries, no thoughts, just your breath. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Now take a deep breath in through your nose and a big sighing breath out through your mouth. Sigh it out, make it audible, let it go, take it all the way to the end, exhale all that you can. And then do it again. In through the nose. And out through the mouth. Maybe you've hit your pause button and you're going to stay here longer in your final Shavasana or in your legs up the wall. It's all good. I'm going to finish the practice up and get on with my day. So I'm going to wiggle my fingers, wiggle my toes, and just appreciate the movement there. Circle the wrists and the ankles. Inhale, reach high up overhead. How do the shoulders feel? Stretch, reach. Take the big stretch as if it were the first stretch before you even get out of bed in the morning. Bend the knees, bend the elbows, roll your props away, and come onto one hip or the other. Take a deep breath in as you rest in this fetal position, and a deep breath out. Let it go. When you're ready, slowly make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Maybe you come up with the eyes closed or open. Use your hands or not, whatever feels right today. Bring your hands to prayer center. Lengthen up through your spine. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Gently, oh so gently, flutter your eyes open. There you go. All right. I think the hour goes by really fast. I don't know. What do you think? Share your thoughts. We have a private group on Facebook. It's called Friends of 316 Yoga. Check us out. Join us. Stress number you took in the beginning. What was it? And more importantly, what is it now? I'm sure it's a lot lower, and that's a good thing. Remember, today is the tomorrow that you worried about yesterday, and it's all good. Have a great day, everybody. See you on your mats tomorrow. Love you. Bye-bye. Hey, you. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. Bye. You're still here, and I'm really glad for that. Keep this in mind. The path is made through repetition. Keep showing up, and good things will happen. You know that. I'm glad that you're still sticking around. Tell your friends what the yoga's doing for you. Our yoga is free for anybody and everybody on Facebook and YouTube, and they can join in anytime from the privacy of their own home. Tell them about our practice, please. If you'd like to support our broadcast, you can visit our website. It's www.316yoga.com. Stay on your path, enjoy your yoga, and have a great rest of your day. See you on your mats tomorrow.